style. Something that you and I choose to do to look distinctive. The extra mile to get a second look. And if you're someone who chooses sneakers over running shoes, slim fit over regular, Zara over Zudio, then these are two of the prettiest cars in their segment. Let the show begin.
I leave your eyes closed. Running it height. Gunning it height. Enemies up in my sight. They better run for their life. Dropping these boulders from the shoulders, gonna hold our ground. They run when we show up, cause we load up and we pow, pow, pow.
The Sonet has been a game changer in the sub 4 meter SUV segment. Ventilated seats, Bose audio, the option of a diesel automatic. It just ticked so many boxes right from the start that the waiting period was as long as the car's equipment list. And then came this. The Fronx is essentially a Baleno under the skin, but what Maruti has done has made this skin a whole lot better. I honestly think this is the best looking Maruti on sale in India. The Sonet was always one of the leaders in its segment when it came to features, but for 2024, Kia has given it a heavy update. By update, I mean revised lamps, bumpers, wheels and screens. The cherry on the top, you'd ask? ADAS. Everything about the Sonet feels a lot better. Subtle changes to the layout, a new infotainment display, 4-way adjustable driver's seat, and a true digital instrument cluster. But that's not it. The prime issue with the Sonet has been backseat comfort. And in this update, what Kia has done has scooped out the front seats a little bit more to fix that. Small change if you ask me, but if you were to say just touching knees earlier, you should be better off here. But for me though, being 6 feet 1 inches tall, backseat comfort over extended hours isn't the best anyway. And then you have the safety net of ADAS. Yes, I've said it in the past that ADAS is a nice feature to have even though we're in a country like India. However, I would go out to saying that only a few of these features are actually useful.
But it's not cocky, they cannot stop me. Flying through these goals like pucks in hockey. Top seat after the tears, sweat and bleed. Catch my drift as I shall proceed.
Moving from the Sonet to the Fronx is quite a change. Yes, it does miss out on a lot of the luxury the Sonet offers, both in feel and features. But what you do get is this feeling of robustness. Everything feels well built, right from the soft to the hard bits. Additionally, it also gives you this feeling of hope, familiarity, since it shares its entire equipment list with almost every member of the Maruti range, which is both a good and a bad thing. There's also no seat ventilation, no automatic adjustments for the seat, nor do you get an all-digital screen or a sunroof. But you get the essentials: a TFT display, 360-degree camera, wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, a heads-up display as well. And then there is the drive. The updates of the 2024 Kia Sonet are simple and nice. Better ride quality and quieter NVH levels, especially for this turbo petrol that we're driving today. The Fronx, on the other hand, like most of the Marutis, has a solid ride. It just eats up all the bad roads with no thuds at all. And while the difference on the spec sheet is one thing, in isolation, the Sonet feels quick. There's a nice kick from that turbo in the mid-range, and then you also have the benefit of a DCT. And for 2024, Kia has updated this DCT, making it quicker, better, snappier, and smoother. And while the Fronx was the rebirth of the booster jet engine, on the whole, it feels a bit dull. There's no urgency to it, which might be okay for a lot of you, but for the few of you who choose to have fun, I would recommend getting the manual version like we're driving today, because unfortunately, Maruti Suzuki did not have an automatic Fronx in their press suite when we wanted to do this video. And hence I say, if you are an enthusiast just like me, the manual Fronx is the way to go. But then there's the elephant in the room, a fairly big one, the price. And there is a difference of 1,70,000 when it comes to the difference between the Fronx and the X line of the Sonet. Talking about the GT line, you're looking at 1,50,000 rupee of a difference, with the Sonet being the more expensive one. For that extra money, you do get a quicker DCT, level 1 ADAS, ventilated seats, and of course, the sunroof. So you won't feel shortchanged for spending a little bit more on the Sonet, because objectively, it is the better car here. However, for the most of you, the Fronx is going to make a lot of sense. It's affordable, ticks most of the boxes, and even though performance will not dilate your pupils, it is a lot of fun. Two well-rounded SUVs with a flair in design. Remember to test drive both the vehicles before you come to your conclusion. And speaking of mine, I would spend the 1,50,000 rupees over the Fronx for the GT line of the Sonet that gives me the option of colors alongside that turbo DCT combo and the option of a diesel manual or an automatic. I'd pick the manual though. That was it, folks. You tell me your team Fronx or team Sonet. Thank you so much for watching. Do comment your thoughts, and until next time, here's Glen saying goodbye. निकलूं? जाऊं? रुकूं? क्या करूं?